Betty with Ruffles and Rosie trying out our new blind. Look at that. What do you think, Miss Betty? Yeah, it's a good day, folks. Mr. Garry here from GBL, the old church, 5-acre Homestead, with a quick DIY project today. Going to install a head-on blind to our steel door that has a French provincial window. Let me show you the project and we'll get started. So this is the window, the built-in blind that we're going to be installing today, folks. There's the blind at the very top right now. It comes with a couple of clips, and I'll show you those. These are for each side of the top of this head-on blind system. And let me spin around and show you our current steel door. It has a French provincial window system inside of it, so that goes the full length of the door. So Miss Betty and I, we want some privacy, and that's the reason for the add-on blind system that we're going to be installing here today. For this job, you're going to need a few tools, and I have them laid out here. You're going to need a utility knife. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver or a drill with a Phillips head bit, and I have both there. And you're going to need safety glasses. Now, I've already did a small job. We had a cloth blind on that door, and I removed the blind that was there. So here's the door again. And the reason for the utility knife is this door has been painted, so I'm going to need to use the utility knife to break the paint going down the edge of this plastic that's on the door. It's because the plastic has to be lifted off in order to get those clips in, and I'm going to show you all that in a second. So let's get at it. Let's remove the welcome wreath first of all from this door, and then I've got to take out some of those screws, or at least loosen them to get those clips in. I have a step ladder also, folks, so I'm going to use the step ladder to step up to get to the top part of this door, and I'm going to use the utility knife to break the paint that's on the side of this plastic, and I'm going to go down just so far. Hopefully you can see me. So I'm going to use the utility knife to break the plastic, break the paint on the plastic, and I'm going to go down to this screw right here. I'm also going to go across the top with my utility knife over to this screw. And the same thing, I'm going to break the paint so I can lift off that corner. Now, I need to use my drill and bit. So I'm going to loosen this screw right here. Hopefully you can see me. Okay, there you go. Do the one up in the corner. Just loosen it. Don't need to come it all the way. And then go over and get this one and loosen that one also. Now, we should be able to lift off that plastic. Yeah, it looks like we can lift it off. As you can see, I got my finger in there and just lift it off. Now, let me go get the little bracket, this one right here. And it just needs to go in there like that. Okay, so let's retighten those screws. Okay, retighten that one over here, Mr. Garry. And this one right here. Now we're going to repeat that process over on the left-hand side. So using the utility knife again. Using the utility knife, let's break the paint. Just go down to the end of the door till we get to the screw. And we're also going to go across the top with the utility knife, across the top. Same thing, come to that screw. And we're going to loosen those screws. Let's loosen the screws. Okay, there we go. Loosen the one on the corner. And loosen this one down here as well. Okay, let's get the other clip. There's the other clip. Let's put that one in its place up here. Okay, so we have the second clip put in its place. And it's down, as you can see, right next to the tab that's there. There's a tab there that keeps it down, and also a tab on the top as well. So when you have that in place, retighten the screws. So I'm going to retighten that screw and retighten this one over on, retighten this one right here. Okay, tighten the screw up. And let's go down and tighten this one here as well. The blind also has a couple of tabs about a foot from the bottom. So I've got to loosen up the plastic also on the door about a foot from the bottom, just to make sure that those tabs can go in also. Okay, so we did use our utility knife and we did break the paint going down the side, going down the right hand side of this door, and we need to loosen this screw. Okay, so we're going to loosen that one, and to take the plastic off from the door just a little small bit. There's a couple of shims that came with the kit as well. It came with the door, the blind. So these have to be positioned inside the plastic frame, and then the screw needs to be tightened up. But we need to kind of determine where the little tabs are on the blind. So I'm going to use my measuring tape. I got my measuring tape here, and so I'm just going to measure the distance that they are from the bottom part of the blind, and they're around 10 inches. So coming back here, we just want to make sure that we put those shims around the 10-inch mark using the measuring tape. To get the shim in, I'm just going to use a little knife here, a buttering knife actually is what I've got in my hand. Okay, so the right shim is in place. So we just need to tighten that screw up again. And we just need to repeat that process over on the left-hand side. And the left-hand shim is also in place. So we need to retighten that screw. And just look to see that the shim is around the same height as the shim on the right hand side. We are now ready to install the built-in blind system onto this steel door. So we'll have some privacy. So I've got my clips all installed, one to the left and one to the right. I've tightened up those screws again. I've loosened the plastic about a foot from the bottom on the right and on the left. So we're all ready to go to bring over the blind system now and put that in place. So let's do that. Right, let's get that over there and let's put it in place. Don't drop it, Mr. Garry. Make sure that it fits on those clips on top. And just to make sure. Okay, I'm up on the top of the blind now, folks. Just confirming if indeed the brackets are in the slots on the blind, and they are on the right and on the left. Seems to be right. There we go. Now, these here on the bottom, just gotta make sure that it's right in tight. And remember those little tabs that I was telling you about? Well, we got to make sure that the blind is pushed in against the door, and then just toggle the clips in and just gently tug on the blind to see if it is secure. It is secure in behind the shim, in behind the clip. Go over on the left-hand side, and as you can see, I also have that one already done. And that add-on blind is all done. Now, let's see if it's going to work. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What do you think? Okay, I can rise it up again. And down. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, go over to the other side, and there's a tab over on this side that closes it up or opens it up. So you can adjust how much light you want in, if you want it fully closed or partially. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at that. A great little DIY project today, folks. Adding a blind, a built-on blind, onto a steel door with a French provincial window. Let's close that up again. What do you think? I like. Do you like? If you like this DIY project, brought to you by Mr. Garry today here at GBL-The Old Church 5 Acre Homestead, leave me a comment and I might be able to come by your place to put on a blind for you. Why not? Why not? Let's have some fun. Thanks for watching this DIY project, adding a blind to a steel door. Thank you very much for watching. Leave lots of comments, like of course, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Mr. Garry signing out. See you in our next video, boys and girls. Thank you very much for watching. I like closing it. That's cool. That is quite cool indeed. Indeed. I wonder, will Miss Betty be impressed? I don't know. We'll have to see. And here's Miss Betty with Ruffles and Rosie trying out our new blind. Look at that. What do you think, Miss Betty?
Yeah, excellent.
It's excellent. It gives us that extra privacy that we need. Early in the morning, we can lift it up and let the sun shine in. And then when we're having our meals and we want some privacy, we can close it all up. I like that it can come halfway down and then you can close it.
Yes.
Or you can have it all the way. Now go to the other side. There's a toggle on the opposite side, on the left-hand side. Look at that. Isn't that quite clever?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that neat?
That is neat.
And it looks quite smart on our door. What do you think, Rosie? Do you like the new blind?
Well, now we can close that up and come on the darkness on.
Yeah, because Rosie does a lot of barking over by this door. She won't be doing so much now.